The wolf has made a remarkable comeback since 3 dozen were released into the Idaho backcountry in 1995 and 1996. 15 years later, the purple areas on this map represent the established territories of 88 separate packs. At least 850 wolves are now roaming Idaho, from the Panhandle south to the Big Desert, a population already more than 8 times larger than the federal government's recovery goal, a population growing at a rate of about 20% a year.
What we had was, some amazing deer and elk populations in Idaho, and then you added a top-level predator to those populations, and their numbers have exploded.
Jim Unsworth holds a doctorate in wildlife biology and has been involved in developing Idaho's wolf management plan from the start.
A lot of people consider wolves as something unique and very special, either negatively or positively. The reality is they're an animal that we can manage like other animals.
Fish and game biologists are knowledgeable about wolves and how to manage them because of extensive on-the-ground studies. Placing radio collars on more than 120 individual wolves in 2/3 of Idaho's packs, allowing biologists to track movements. This graphic shows just how far and wide wolves travel in Idaho and surrounding states. 1,500 prey animals have also been collared in this study, both to track movements and, if an animal dies, find out why.
So we're probably not dealing with a cat kill.
Like this cow elk, killed by predators last spring. It is the largest research project of its kind ever undertaken in North America, a study that gives Idaho Fish and Game unique insight into the interactions between wolves and other big game animals like elk.
Wolves have not impacted every elk herd we have in the state. They certainly have some of them.
The Lolo Elk Zone in the northern part of the state is one of the areas where wolves are having a definite impact. Fish and Game research shows wolves account for over 70% of the cow elk deaths in the Lolo Zone, far more than humans or any other predator. The same can be said for elk calves. Although wolves aren't the major source of mortality during the first 6 months of a calf's life, they do account for over 60% of elk calf mortality from 6 months to 1 year of age. The bottom line, Fish and Game researchers say, is that wolf-caused mortality is the primary reason for low cow-calf survival in the Lolo Zone, and wolves are the major factor pushing cow elk below the threshold of normal adult survival rates, the percentage the herd needs to sustain itself. The Secretary of Interior's early March announcement that wolves will be delisted in Idaho and Montana is welcome news. Idaho Fish and Game has a strong record of using regulated hunting to manage big game animals, including predators like mountain lions and black bears, both of which are flourishing in Idaho. Wolves will be no different.
Some of the strongest advocates we have for bears and lions are our bear and lion hunters. And they let us know when we've managed too far in one direction or another. And people will do that same thing for wolves. People are going to get very interested in wolves, and hunters are going to like to be a part of the management scenario for wolves.
Most hunting will be focused in areas where wolves come into conflict with livestock, or in areas like the Lolo Elk Zone where elk populations are on the ropes.
We do have the biggest wilderness in the entire lower 48, and wolves likely can live there and die there, and they'll never see a man or be hunted.
Once Idaho takes over wolf management, both conflict and animosity will be reduced. The wolf will become Idaho's 11th big game species, and its populations managed and balanced with all others.
Wolves here are not unlike white-tailed deer or black bears in New York, for example. New York has more hunters than Idaho does, and almost everybody knows somebody that's run into a deer or had deer in their garden and causing problems for them, or someone else. And so, like they manage deer in the east or black bears in the east, we're going to manage another species in the west. People from all over the country can understand that.
For more information about Idaho's wolf management plan, visit our website at fishandgame.idaho.gov.